Welcome to the Texas Goat Radio Show. This is part 9 of the 1999 live stream by Owen Benjamin.
Yeah, consent. And they're like, welcome. And I'm not here to buzzkill that. That's why me as a quote-unquote truther has shifted. Like, I'm not here to persuade anybody. I'm here to, like, help the people that can see it and they don't want to be a part of the script, but they also don't want to just be mad all the time. That's why
Well, that's partly true. He stopped trying to out that and whatever with truth because he knew that he knows that he cannot continue what he's doing if he was to do that. And that's why he added on not be mad all the time, that's a good thing. You shouldn't be mad all the time. But he adds that because he knows that if he doesn't, then people feel the right to say, hey, dude, you're wrong. And he doesn't want that. Notice what he said earlier whenever he was talking about how people say that I'm just surrounded by yes men. I'm not. And then he didn't even address his echo chamber that he so clearly has stated that he needs. Whenever he first got back on Twitter, it was good for, a month or so? And then he realized, oh, crap. It's like the wild, wild west out there. This isn't my cult, and people can say whatever they want to. I would be very curious to know how many people him and Coddington have banned on Twitter. It took me probably 2 months to be banned by him because I was kind of playing the devil's advocate and being really nice. He even retweeted me at one point. And then the first time that I said something that didn't agree with him, straight banned.
Classical Learner stream was so good because there's so much you can do when you're just building, when you're not afraid, when you're not part of it. Because like when you first leave the story, you know, that's what Babylon is, man. Babylon. It's a fucking story. It's a never-ending story. His story. It's the never. Dude, everything's really coming together. Fuck, man. It's the never-ending story.
So is Bertaria Babylon his story? He just babbles on. Is he quite literally telling his audience exactly who and what he is? I think so. I honestly do.
It's the story that never ends. You want to be a part of that? Jump right in. You can be any character you want. You can live out anything you want, and we will give you the scripts.
Pick your bear name. You could be any character you want. What kind of bear do you want to be? Bowler bear? Coddington bear? Which character?
All that we ask for is your consent. And because of that, they are the prince of the world. And it's just, how do you get mad at that? How do you get mad at just a grown man who wants to believe in Santa Claus? Are you mad? Like a 50-year-old man staring at his chimney waiting for old St. Nick to come down with the cookies? You know? This is my message about Flat Earth. Maybe a lot of the globe deception is self-imposed by people who want it. This has come from a lot of pain, Weiss. I don't get invited to Roseanne's ranch. Okay? Like you. I've said the things that make everyone mad, and they're not even bad. It's like about personal accountability, right? I get it.
That's one of the most blatant. Horse hockey only goes so far. But it works. You know what I'm saying whenever I say horse hockey. Whenever he says, everybody's mad at me, but it's not bad. It's just because I try to tell people to have self-accountability. No, self-accountability. That's one of the universal truths. And most people want you to be accountable for yourself. In no reality, besides the Bertaria realm of Owen's perversion of gospel, does what he just said make any sense whatsoever. I've never met one person ever who says that they're mad at him because he says be self-accountable.
To hang out with Roseanne at the ranch. Well, meanwhile, I'm considered crazy. All right, so maybe you want to listen to me. I've been through some pain, White.
Why do people call you crazy? Is it because of the crazy things you've said about children? Is it because you supposedly ate it? Not supposedly. You did eat an edible and then dipped off from the live stream? It's because you've lied so much about so many things. Is it because you've called yourself a prophet? Is it because you've called yourself the king of Bertaria? Is it because you said that you want your kingdom of bears to build you a castle so you can live there with your lieutenants, no mention of women, and rule the land? Is it because you call your half-Mexican children white while talking crap about half Mexicans and whatnot, being extraordinarily racist and unfunny?
Like true knowledge knowledge or freedom or authority in people's hands who don't want it is not good. It's actually worse in my opinion. Like I'm not going to push the globe lie, but I'm going to start steering people away. They're going to be like, you heard of David Weiss? I'm like, that cheap fuck who lied about Rockfin's $5 max, allegedly? I'm like, yeah, him and Roseanne are really peddling a bunch of shit. I think they're doing ayahuasca. Weiss, a lot of people can't handle it. Have you not seen it? Just because you can handle it and I can handle it doesn't mean it's good, man. We both know truth or flat earthers that have done the worst, horrifying, self-righteous bullshit to people. That the idea that learning the earth may not be a spinning ball will for you to be a good person is not true. Now, the people that earn it, I think it's great. To be able to sit in my field and look at the stars and know that I'm not moving and the realm was created by God and it's in perfect balance, and that the stars are not billions and billions of light years away and they're exploding nuclear reactions and endless chaos inside an explosion in a vacuum cleaner, it brings me great joy and peace. But a lot of people, it would bring them fear, anxiety, and terror that maybe God does see them, right? Maybe...
I think a lot of people just don't care that much. It doesn't really affect their day-to-day lives. There's quite a few people that find it amusing and entertaining to go down certain rabbit holes and whatnot. I'm one of them. I don't really talk about that much right here. I don't really talk about too much of anything except for Owen Benjamin and him being a dangerous predatory cult leader who ran an investment scam of 2020 during a worldwide pandemic when a whole lot of people were living unsure lives because their businesses were being shut down and they didn't know what was going to happen. And this douchebaggery of a human being said, give me money and I'll be your savior. And then literally ran away with the money. Didn't fulfill any promise. And then continues to run a scam today saying, give me money, buy me land, and then I'll charge you access to that land. So once a year you can gather together and praise and worship me. The only golden calf that you cannot slaughter.
They don't want that authority, right? They don't want it. They're like, don't give it to me. I'm like, no, look, it's not even possible. Here's humor. Glober Sniper, right? They're like, Unearned wisdom, Weiss. Unearned wisdom is not the gift people think it is. All right, everyone's getting that. All right, unauthorized.tv, P.O. Box 490, Sandpoint, Idaho, 83864. All right, let's read some mail and then call it a day. And if you'd like to support the stream, P.O. Box 490, Sandpoint, Idaho, 83864, or Super Chat, wherever you're
Don't do that.
watching this. Most of them have an option. Maybe our choices do matter. Exactly. And, yeah. Bear for all seasons. Here I was bummed I threw BB off topic, but these callbacks to Mexicans in the cartel has me cracking up. This is why I love.
Yeah, choose your character, Bear of all seasons. He chose his character. She chose her character. Bear of all seasons. That's their character. That's that person's character within the realm of the bears, the bear cult. Beartaria, the land of praise and worship of Owen Benjamin, where he preaches his perverted gospel.
The stream, thanks for the laughs. Yeah, I get to do what my purpose is for a living, except for being a mailman, which I think is also my purpose. And I can be in a flow state. It's just pure, it's bliss. I'm not always happy. I don't always feel good, but there's a bliss to it.
He should really become a mailman and stop streaming. Or even, I don't think you'd be able to live stream as a mailman. Unless you did a lot of editing. I'm not too sure. But yeah, my vote is be a mailman. I've actually mentioned that in videos in the past. Some of the thumbnails was a bear being a mailman. It just makes sense. He borderline worships the post office. And so that would be the most logical side quest for him. Besides being a cult leader, a dangerous predatory cult leader.
And I'm very fortunate. Johnny, amazing stream yesterday, Big Bear. I watched The Accountant with Ben Affleck over the weekend, and there's multiple scenes glorifying Jackson Pollock's shitty paintings being worth $60 million. I can't imagine living in a world where people agree that that's art. It's literal schizophrenia on a canvas. I know, but then think about what art is. So art is about unique, different, novelty. And so art to us is beautiful. It's like we want to see someone really good at something.
It's subjective.
For that layer of society, they like fetish, taboo, breaking norms. You know, what they want to see is not what we want to see. You know? And that's okay. You know, to me, like, art is like a skill. It's like that someone can master the physical world that beautifully. And to other people, it's like...
He said art? What he just said. We're going to slow that down so that we can actually listen.
That they can be so... And that's okay. You know, to me, like, art is like skill. It's like that someone can master the physical world that beautifully.
So my opinion of that is he thinks art, his art, is that he has physically mastered the physical world that beautifully. And in turn, you get Beartaria, the good, the true, the beautiful. And that makes me, I have a physical reaction saying that. You don't hear me say the good, the true, the beautiful that often, because that is, I think, I'm not going to say blasphemous, but just a spit in the face of everything that is good, that is true, that is beautiful.
And to other people, it's like that they can be so taboo and so revolting in public, because that starts becoming the fantasy.
Well, he just described himself. He said other people. This is the dude that literally got ran out of town, the town of his hometown, where he was working for his brother, because he couldn't stop himself from saying the N-word on stage. I'm pretty sure that's where he called Barack Obama that. That's one of the patches of pride that he wears. I'm so taboo. I say so much stuff like, oh, cancel culture, blah, blah, blah. So what is he, both sides of the coin? Of course he is. He covers all bases so that he's always telling the truth and he's not lying. Well, he may be wrong, but he's not lying because his hands are on both sides of the coin.
The quote-unquote elite, and I say quote-unquote because, you know, when it says walk with God, elite, it gets kind of weird when they get that dark and demonic. But their fantasy is to reject the only constraints they have. When you have no constraints, no one says no, you have all the money, you can do anything in the world, there's no stopping you. You can literally indulge in anything, everyone wants something from you, you can buy anyone, or they think, they can't buy me, which is probably why I infuriate and they're infatuated.
He's literally said you can buy him. He's a dancing monkey. He has literally said that. That is something that he has said. I'm a dancing monkey. Give me gold, give me silver, and I'll dance for you.
So then what do you want next? Like,
and that was what's crazy about that. Is that was around the time, that clip of him just looking so gross and disgusting. The look on his face, the tilt of his head. And he said, oh, I'm really getting into Paul's past whenever he was Saul, whenever he was murdering the Christians. He could get behind that. He supported that behavior. And that was during the Great Debate era with Jim Bob.
If you're one of the more giants, what do you get next? And that is, how can I see, like, the very nature of society break? You know, that becomes their fetish. And that's usually late empire stuff. And then people relearn what value is, what truth is, how valuable truth is. To the ultra rich, truth isn't that important to them. In fact, they find truth to be very painful.
That sounds like somebody else. Owen does not find truth to be comforting whatsoever. That's why he lives in his echo chamber. I remember not too long ago, he flat out asked the chat a question and then ended up saying, if you answer it, I appreciate it, but I'll probably ban you for life. This is the Texas Go Radio Show. As always, till next time.